and welcome to the ROCKATX online worship experience. You are getting ready to experience God on another level. Whatever you're seeking from God for your life is available for you as you praise, hear the word, and transform your situation. While you're worshiping with us, feel free to interact with our online ministers in the chat and share this broadcast with your friends and family so they can join you online. Also, make sure you subscribe and follow the ROCKATX on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram to stay connected to all the Rock is doing. Now, shake off the worries of the week and get ready to give God some praise. Service will begin soon.
Exodus chapter 14, and we're going to read verses 10 through 18. Now, I will guarantee you this, that if you were to adhere to the principles that I'm about to lay out, and the principle that I'll lay out over the next month or so, I guarantee you that your life would be so much better. Not just different, but better. Exodus chapter 14, verse 10. And I don't play around with words, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a great, an incredible teacher. I don't do a lot of preacher hype very well, but I do understand when it is that I've seen something just resonated with me in my spirit. I know that. And this is one of those moments. Exodus chapter 14, verse 10. When Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. So they were very afraid. And the children of Israel cried out to the Lord. Then they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you so dealt with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we were told, you in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than it should be to die in the wilderness. So Moses said to the people, do not be afraid, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptians who you see today, you shall see no more forever. And the Lord will fight for you, and you shall hold up your peace. And the Lord said to Moses, why do you cry to me? Tell the children of Israel to go forward, but lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry land through the midst of the sea. And I will indeed harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they will follow them. So will I gain honor over Pharaoh, over his army, over his chariots, and over his horsemen. Then the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gained honor for myself over Pharaoh, his chariots, and his horsemen. Amen. You may take your seats. Tonight I want to talk about a concept that the Lord just put, like I said, in my spirit. The you factor. Somebody just say the you factor. Now, when the Lord gave this to me, I picked up my phone and I was typing it, and I put out. The first thing I did was I wrote a disclaimer, and so I want to read to you the disclaimer that I wrote after the Lord was giving me this. I said, I'm taking a risk in this message. A risk of being accused of blaming the victim. So I want you to know that if you cut me off too early, if you shut down too soon, you may find yourself in a position where you would leave feeling beat up, feeling uncared for, feeling blamed. But if you stay with me and you remain open and you fight to stay focused, tonight I hope to point my fingers of accusation to the greatest nemesis in your life. And that nemesis is you. I believe if we systematically and intentionally attack and kill this nemesis, that your life would be better. There was a year with one of my sons, a couple of years, but his last year as a senior, we were having a great deal of difficulty. My son, this particular son, is a lot. Well, according to what some say, they seem to say that he's and accuse him of being like me. And the son was intelligent. The son is intelligent, but they were flunking. And when I say flunking everything, just grades were horrible. And the question was, we were at a point where there was a question of whether they would graduate high school. And all of my parental discipline and my encouragement and all of my tactics weren't working. And I remember sitting down with this son. Late one night, I was sitting in the kitchen. Everybody had gone to bed, and I was up studying, and it came down, and I was like, "Let me talk to you for a minute." And I told him, the first thing I told him was this. I said, there is no plan in the Moody household. We didn't create a structure. We have no pathway forward for the person who couldn't graduate high school. I said it was not a what if. It was not a just in case. I said we don't have a parachute for that. I said we have a major problem because you're headed in a pathway that I can honestly say as a parent I don't know how to deal with. I don't know how to deal with it as a man. I don't know how to deal with it as a parent. And I said, so I have a major problem. I said, so what I'm going to do? And I said, I'm about to start something, and I'm about to start a process. And I said, it's going to feel real bad. And I want to warn you. I said, it's going to. I said, and if you're not careful, this is kind of the disclaimer I told you. I said, if you're not careful, you're going to think in the midst of the process, somewhere, some way, you're going to come to the conclusion that I have a problem with you. And I said, now, I want to tell you this before we get into the process. I said, as a parent, I have the God-given responsibility to look at you and to try to do my best to aim you toward whatever God-given, God-purposeful life you have. I said that's my God assignment, not my Moody assignment, my God assignment. And I said and with that assignment comes this particular caveat where I have to also identify enemies to your purpose. And I said, so what I'm about to do and the endeavor that I'm about to take on is I'm getting ready to vehemently attack all the enemies to your purpose. I said, I'm going to attack them, and I use these words with veracity. I said, I'm going to be unrelenting, and I'm going to attack them over and over again, because as long as they are in sight, as long as they're in my household, I'm hell-bent on destroying them. I don't want life. I don't want them to live. I don't want any essence of them. I am the chemotherapy to you being a loser. And I said, now the problem is, it's going to feel like I'm attacking you. I said, but I assure you, I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking that. Because that is the enemy to you being the God purpose you. Am I making sense to somebody? So what I'm about to do, because I have the God-given right and responsibility as a pastor, to lead you to and toward your purpose call in God. And since I have that purpose, since I have that right, that responsibility, what I'm about to do is I'm going to attack vehemently and with veracity and tenacity the thing that I see, that I sense, and that I smell that keeps you from walking into your purpose. Somebody said, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Doc, you. Somebody say you. Say you. Say, listen, Pastor. Say, I want you to say out loud, Pastor loves you. And now say, and Pastor can't stand you. You make decisions every day. In fact, you make decisions every hour. And I could even say that you make decisions every minute. Some researchers say that the average person makes 35,000 choices a day. Am I going to wear these shoes or those shoes? Am I going to get up? Am I going to get up when the alarm went off? Or I'm going to get 5 more minutes? Am I going to put clothes in the washer as I'm walking out the door? Or I'm going to wait till I get home? Do I feed the fish now? Am I making sense? Do I go turn to the right or turn to the left? Do I percolate my coffee right now, or do I go buy some? Am I making sense? 35,000 decisions a day. Assuming that most people spend about 7 hours a day sleeping, and sometimes during sleeping you're not making choices. You're in a state where your mind is free and disengaged. What it really boils down to is this: about 2,000 decisions per hour, and about one decision every 2 seconds. Moody, no, what? Do you look at your phone now? Do you look at it in a minute? Decision. Do you pay attention now, or do you look at the person beside you? Decision. Do I keep streaming, or do I turn on the Cowboy game? Decision. Decision. So I want you to understand, and I want you to understand this, that means that I'm making 2,000 life-altering, life-changing decisions that I can never, ever take back every day. If I go to the left, if I turn to the left, then even if I do a U-turn, that the time that it took for me to turn to the left and then make the U-turn altered my outcome. Because somebody that took the right got into an accident. But just because I made the decision to turn left, it altered my future. Am I making sense? So that means this, that decisions that we make, decisions that you make are, listen, the agent to our purpose. I didn't get diabetes instantly. I'm not talking about type 1. Let's talk type 2. I got type 2 diabetes because of a series of decisions. I was told 5 years ago that my A1C was a bit high. And I was told 5 years ago that if I would just walk 30 minutes a day, cut back on some carbs, that I would not cross that line in the diabetes. So I was given a choice 5 years ago. And it wasn't a decision to get one meal. It was the culmination of small decisions. And it took 5 years for me to cross the line to where one day I'm now taking medicine and getting insulin shots because of a series of small decisions. It's getting good already. I can see it.
Thank you for worshiping with us today. If you're in need of prayer or someone to talk to, our online ministers are available for you right now in the chat. And we invite you to join us again for our extraordinary worship services every Sunday at 10:30 a.m., Sunday at 4 p.m., and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central, where Dr. Moody teaches how to understand the Bible and you can get your biblical questions answered. We look forward to connecting with you and ask that you subscribe to TheROCKATX on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay connected to all The Rock is doing. Also, you can connect with us through our website at TheROCKATX.org. Again, thank you for worshiping with us, and be blessed.